Hello, everyone. This is going to be my second spiritual practice vlog. So, today I started out with a roughly 30 or 35-minute meditation on the breath. It was pretty powerful. How just much the intensity of just the whole field of awareness went up, and the ability to be more aware of more and more sensations, more, categories of sensations, you could say, like in more sense doors at once, or seemingly at once, at least. Maybe about 20 minutes in, I had the first, or 15, I had the first urge to kind of stop meditating come up, but I had planned to do it longer than that. I actually had an alarm for something else that I needed to get done at like 11 a.m. So I was planning to just meditate until I heard that alarm, so I knew that I hadn't meditated until that, came yet. So I wanted to continue, and it was just funny. I had to remind myself, the experience you're in, Brandon, is so amazing and pleasant and interesting, because it was. Why do you want to stop meditating? Why do you have this urge? And it wasn't like I was talking myself through this in the way that I am with you now. It was pretty brief, just me noticing quickly, this is pretty awesome. Why do you want to stop? Keep going. And I kept going. And, it just raised an intensity and pleasantness overall. Until the end, I had some strange visions pop up that were very realistic, lifelike visions, similar to what you might see in a dream. They weren't covering like my whole visual field. It was really odd. I had, near the center, I would say near like the slightly off to the right of the center of my visual field while my eyes were closed, there was just this image of, like, I don't know, it was like this disfigured, like injured, like small human or child or something like pop up randomly. Kind of reminds me of, like, Anakin and episode 3 of Star Wars, like when he's crawling like out of the lava and stuff after he was defeated by Obi-Wan Kenobi. um but what I mean by that is, like, the disfigured part of it, like, the person was, like, damaged in some ways. All I can really remember now. I can't remember too much of the specifics, but they were also, like, it was like a naked, injured human popped up randomly. And then, I went about my day for a couple more hours, talked to someone who had some questions about spirituality and just their life in general, and was wanting some guidance and things. So I talked to them for a bit, and then I ended up going, and I wanted to do an hour-long meditation because I was off work today. So I did an hour-long, or I tried to do an hour-long meditation on the breath, and it was kind of hilarious the difference between the two breath meditation sits that I did today were. Because the first was very intense and, everything. And then the second, before I started the second one, I looked at a box of tea on my counter and I was like, oh, I probably don't want tea because, like, adding a stimulant is just going to raise the intensity of everything, like, way too much. So, I'll just go without a stimulant, and I'll do it, you know, completely naturally without any extra, you know, things affecting my consciousness. And when I went to do that sit, I remembered seeing, I was trying to relax at the beginning of it, just relax as deeply as I could and focus on the breath. So when I relaxed, I noticed that there was a lot of effort in just holding my head up straight. And I remember some experiences years ago with my first meditation teacher where when, we would do group meditations, I would see him, he would relax his body so much that, his head would even come down. And I just thought, there's tension and effort in trying to keep my head up straight. Maybe it will benefit the meditation if I just let it go. So I let it go, and I don't know how long I went into it, but at some point I fell asleep, and I don't normally fall asleep while I'm meditating. It's something that hasn't happened to me in a long time. So I think I got too relaxed with the posture, and it might have actually helped me out to just, you know, maintain, that straight posture while I was meditating. But I fell asleep somewhere in it and then woke up, um, roughly around once the hour would have been done. And I kind of saw that as a little failure of, um, but I didn't like beat myself up about it or anything. Uh, and it did make me really tired even when I woke up from it, so I just decided to take a nap since I was off work today, and I didn't sleep much 2 nights ago, so I figured, maybe my body needed some more rest. And after I took a nap, I spent a few hours, um, maybe 2 or 3 hours doing stuff on my phone and maybe listening to music, and I can't remember exactly what I did. But so I spent a few hours and then I did a Sangha call with Damarado's UK Sangha group. At the very end of their discussion, I came in because I realized that it was going on, and ended up talking with someone for, about, with a couple people for a while, and then, at the end it was like one person for maybe like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And then I ate a little food, and I decided I wanted to do some fire Kasina meditation, which is just meditating with a candle flame or any light source, but candle flame is the standard thing to do it with. So I meditated with the candle flame as the focus object of the meditation, but you also, after a while of using the candle flame as your object, then you close your eyes and you use, the burned on image of the light on, that happens, that it burns in on your retina or part of your eye, whatever. You use that as your focus object, and that was very powerful. I don't have much time to keep talking about it, but I don't want to. The more that I learn about the jhanas, the less that I'm sure of which it was, or if it even was jhana, like every time I get into different experiences. That's the funny thing. The less I used to know, the more that I was sure, oh, this was this jhana, that jhana, whatever. Um, all I can say, it was question mark jhana. uh, uh, just the very strong sense of pleasantness pervading all the whole field of sensations, of awareness, whatever. So it was really interesting, and I did start having dream-like visions come up at multiple points, um, and I would say that I was having an even broader and all-encompassing awareness than the breath meditation that I started today at the beginning of the day, the first 35 minute meditation. Um, and I did this fire Kasina for about 50 or probably about 50 minutes. And it was pretty awesome. It's making me see, why do I need to do psychedelics right now? Why do I need to even smoke weed right now? Or THC, or vape THC. I usually vape it. Um, when there's so much I can do with just my completely sober mind. So I'm planning to take uh, some time to just back off of mind-altering substances as a whole. At least, use them far less. I'll still probably occasionally use THC, because it definitely ramps things up considerably when I do use it and meditate at the same time. But I'm finding that, using that as an external source of, adding fuel to the fire might be holding me back at times too, so I don't want to rely on it too much. But I got to get going. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. I'll probably be making a lot more of these vlogs.